Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party, together with the non-governmental organization known as Linda Ugatuzi, wrote to ICC requesting them to come and investigate a case against crime against humanity in this country as far as the issue of police brutality is concerned during the time when we had demonstrations in this country. Remember, protest, demonstration, all these things are protected in our constitution. So people went to the street several times. As we're speaking now, close to 50 people have lost their lives. Hundreds of people have been left with serious injuries. People are still in hospital nursing gun bullets. Some were clogged so severely, and that's what made Azimio to write to ICC. And after that, we saw the ICC prosecutor Karim coming to this country. We know he was at Mount Kenya University, where he was awarded with a honorary PhD, and then later he went back to Hague. Then, after a short time, we have seen the emerging news that finally the ICC prosecutor Karim has recused himself from all Kenya cases due to conflict of interest. And this story was also shared in the Nation. That's what they say. Breaking news: ICC prosecutor Karim recused himself from Kenyan cases to guard against conflict of interest. His office announced amid claims by Azimio he is compromised. Now, there are other several issues that have pushed Karim to a corner to finally rescue himself from this issue. And we want to look deep into that, but before we go deep into this, just a quick request for those who are watching and you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our channel subscribers, thank you so much, and again to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, the truth is that normally ICC usually refrain from commenting on any information when you file such kind of a case. In that court, they normally keep silent and just wait the wheels of justice to start rolling. So this time round, the court has been forced to respond due to complaint making details publicly now. There have been complaints that have been raised, so the court had to come out and clarify some issues. And now they have forced the prosecutor to do what? To excuse himself. And now they have publicly acknowledged the receipt of that complaint from Kenya. So imagine, even the complaint that came from this country has made ICC to respond, but they normally keep quiet. Unapeana tu kesi, wananyamaza, wanaanza kuishughulikia polepole. This time round, ile kelele ilifanywa Kenya imefanya wakuje waseme haya mambo. And remember, when Karim came to this country, Mother Karua had something to say, and this is what she tweeted on his entry to this country. ICC prosecutor Karim hosting in Kenya this weekend by Mount Kenya University, and its founder, a friend of his former client William Ruto, at a time both the Azimio One Kenya and the Kenya Kwanza regime have written to ICC on the situation in the country, especially the killing spree of unarmed protesters by police is not only suspect but also a blot on the credibility of ICC. And he endelea pale to tag NTV, Citizen TV, KTN, Standard, all those. That was her first reaction. Then after the ICC prosecutor recused himself from this, Martha Karua went further to retweet, and this is what he said: not enough. Now, the truth is that Kenyans raised a lot of questions once Karim Khan came to this country. He was William Ruto's lawyer at ICC in 2005-2007 post-election violence. So having worked for William Ruto, you can never have a trust in such kind of a person to deliver justice for you. Because of that, this man should have excused himself long time ago, but he did not. Then he came to Kenya when even Azimio, Kenya Kwanza, rose to ICC. So look at that. Conflict of interest, then coming here. It means this process was going to be compromised. There's a possibility he wanted to communicate with William Ruto or his close allies to deliver a message from William Ruto. That's why he had to come. People will conclude it like that. And now, because this matter has been raised in different platforms, ICC had now to come in and make some clarification, acknowledge this case, and then the office of prosecutor be questioned on the same. Kwa nini alikuja Kenya wakati wa maneno kama haya na uhusiano yake na Ruto inajulikana? I'm telling you, this matter was not only raised by Azimio and Linda Ugatuzi. Remember, the United Nations wrote to the government and warning them about the crime against humanity, excess force used by police to meet the demonstrators, and we shared those videos here, the content and the question they were, the question they were putting to the government. We shared it here. So United Nations did it. UNICEF for Children also, they raised questions on how children are being mistreated in the hands of police officers who are now going beyond the road to schools, inside the classroom, lobbing tear gas in class. They also questioned. Then we saw CNN exposing this. Al Jazeera did it, BBC did it, Voice of America, you name all those international medias. They exposed to the world what was happening in Kenya. And many could conclude that definitely police who were given the mandate to disperse protesters used excess force. Police acted in a ghoulish manner. Instead of protecting the protesters and property, they went to destroy property and harm protesters. Remember, the people who were protesting, they were unarmed and peaceful. It only became chaotic when police used tear gas, water canisters, water cannons, and live bullets, not even rubber. That's when it turned chaotic, and this government has been accused. They have to take responsibility, the loss of lives. So with all this, then there was nowhere for Karim Khan and his office to hide. And now ICC, because they have now to fight for their credibility, they have to come out and speak about this matter and set the record straight. Because now everyone has the mainstream media in the country and the international, those bigger organizations like United Nations, UNICEF for Children, African advocates, everyone has come together and they have condemned it. So with all this, there is a serious case on humanity, how people have been treated, how police handled people. And that means that there is a serious case that needs to be investigated in this country. You cannot have a William Ruto man coming to investigate that case here. And the same man, he's not even ashamed to come to this country at a time when we have such questionable situation that seemingly he's a man who is one-sided. Then you come here and you say that his coming in this country is not going to affect this case. So his office had to clarify that his coming to this country was not in his capacity as the ICC prosecutor, nor in the capacity of his office. He came as a private person. So the office has to clarify that. Amekuja tu in his capacity as a private person, not in his capacity as the prosecutor at the Hague. So they are also distancing themselves from his visit to Kenya. Wale walimwalika hapa, walimwalika kama a prosecutor at the International Criminal Court to come and address the grudges. So they were inviting him in his capacity to come and encourage learners. But now the office is saying something different. So with all this, we are seeing him now excusing himself, which is good, but above all, he can even still influence this matter from behind. Akiwa nyuma ya tent, bado anaweza influence. That's why Martha Karua is saying it is not enough. Maybe Martha Karua want him to be fired or something close to that. I don't know your views, but let us put in the comment section for continuation of this conversation. Thank you and see you in our next video.